Hi guys, sorry about the background noise, there is a fan because it's boiling hot. Anyways, today I am going to talk to you about Zimbardo's experiment, and Zimbardo was testing conformity to social roles. So there are two explanations of behaviour, one is dispositional and one is situational. Zimbardo was acting on the situational explanation of behaviour. It presumes that people will act in a way they think is required by their social roles. Required by roles. So the experiment, Zimbardo's aim. So Zimbardo's aim was to see if people abuse their position of authority and conform to social roles. So what I've done here is kind of wrong, because if you're writing an aim, you always have to start with to investigate. It always has to start off with to investigate. So his aim was to investigate if people abuse their position of authority and conform to social roles. So a little bit about his study. So they were all male. They were volunteer samples. They were paid $15 per day. In total, there were 24 of the most stable volunteers chosen. There were 2 reserves, and 1 dropped out. This means that there was 21 in total taking part. So 10 prisoners and there were 11 guards. So this was the procedure. What happened was the prisoners were unexpectedly arrested. At home as well, just so it's very unexpected. They were put through a delousing procedure, where they were searched and given prison uniforms. Guards had their uniforms, and the prisoners were allowed rights, for example 3 supervised toilet trips and 2 hours of reading or letter writing. His results were that the guards grew really aggressive. So let's do 2 columns. Guards, prisoners. They grew tyrannical. The prisoners got depressed. 5 had to leave early. With extreme depression. The experiment was supposed to last 2 weeks, but it only lasted 6 days because the guards had conformed to their social roles. They started hitting and hurting the prisoners. There was also one prisoner who asked for bail instead of getting out, which shows that the prisoners really conformed to their role as well. And the conclusion was that the guards and prisoners conformed. Guards conformed to social roles. And this supports situational explanation of behaviour. Now we have to analyse it, so we can go. There aren't many with red and green, so I will just do it like this. I'm literally just going to write 1 point each, and then I'll explain it. Supported by theory. Valid. And alright, so the 4 points are that it's good because it's a lot of validity, bad because there's low application, bad because it's unethical, and good because it supports situational explanation. So Zimbardo is a bit of a hard one because it's kind of hard to evaluate. Most of the evaluations are negative, but it's really important to have a balanced argument. So it's good, it's valid because he found the most stable students, and so he did like lots of psychological testing, which he found the most stable people. It's good because it supports situational explanation, which gives that more validity as well. You can say that as well, for validity. However, of course, it's very unethical because it didn't protect participants. 5 went home early with extreme depression, and to this day they still can't get back to it. I don't know if they're still alive, but yeah. Also low application because if you think about it, the role of a prison guard is very different to the role of a head teacher or a boss, so they wouldn't be this extreme, so it cannot be applied to all situations. Yeah, and that is basically it for Zimbardo. I just thought you could also say it was more valid because it was internally valid because the participants were unaware that they were being watched. Their behaviour still conformed to their guard or prisoner role. One prisoner even asked for parole rather than asking to withdraw. So that just shows that his theory was right. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this is informational. Any requests, comment down below. Alrighty, bye bye.